This short video will help you understand the flow of our study, Dogs as Probiotics for Humans. We will have two groups for the study. Group 1 will receive their dog immediately. Group 2, however, will receive their dog after 3 months into the study. Dogs will be selected for this study from the Humane Society of Southern Arizona's foster care program. They will be matched with human participants using a behavioral and personality assessments, and they will have about a 10-day quarantine period where they undergo health checks, vaccinations, and deworming to make sure that they're healthy to enter the human home. Our human study participants should be age 60 years or older, not have been on antibiotics in the last 12 months, not have had a dog in the past 5 years, and be willing to have a dog for at least 3 months or more. Prior to the dog and human introductions, both the dogs and the humans will undergo baseline assessments. There will be cheek and skin swabs as well as fecal samples for both dogs and humans. This will allow us to understand what the baseline of the microbiota of each individual looks like before the study begins. They will also have health and well-being observations, including heart rate variability testing and some questionnaires for the humans. After the baseline assessments, the dog will be introduced to the human, and the human will take the dog home to live with him or her in the home. Dogs and humans will have the same assessments that they had at baseline at 1, 2, and 3 months. The participants will also go over their food and relationship logs with research study staff. This is because food can impact what is happening in the human gut or the microbiota, and we want to be able to understand if food intake might actually be impacting our study results. The same is true with relationship logs. The closeness of the relationship between the dog and the human may impact our study results, and therefore we will be asking the humans about these types of relationships throughout the study. After the 3-month period, Group 1 will have the opportunity to either keep the dog or return the dog to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona for readoption. If the participant decides to return the dog, that is the end of his or her participation in Group 1 in the study. If, however, he or she chooses to keep the dog, they will be asked to participate in a 6-month follow-up visit where they will have the same assessments that were conducted at baseline, month 1, 2, and 3. Group 2, as mentioned before, will not receive their dog until 3 months into the study. The human study participants, however, will participate in the study starting at month 1. Selection for Group 2 is the same as it was for Group 1, and assessments at baseline are also the same. They will also have assessments at 1, 2, or 3-month visits. However, dogs will be introduced at month 3. At month 3, the dogs will have their baseline assessments, the cheek and skin swab, as well as the fecal sample and heart rate variability testing and health and well-being questionnaires. At this point, dogs will then be introduced into the homes of the Group 2 participants. Both dogs and humans will then undergo a 4, 5, and 6-month visit where the same assessments are conducted that were done during the baseline visit. At 6 months, the human participants will have the choice of whether or not to keep or return the dog to the Humane Society for readoption. Either way, if they choose to keep the dog or relinquish the dog, that will mark the end of the study, Dogs as Probiotics.